Welcome to Predator Ridge Golf Resort. I am here in the Okanagan Valley in beautiful British Columbia. I hope you get to see an unbelievable golf course right in front of your eyes. Today I will be playing the Ridge. I am very excited as it's my first time over here. I have a very special guest, Kyla, who's played on tour for 6 years. So she will talk about her experience there and many more things she wants to see the future of golf. And I am here to educate, inspire, and empower. So I hope this episode does all three for you. So as you are approaching the green, you have to place your ball marker down behind the ball. The most common mistake beginner golfers make is they take their ball marker and they place it in front of the ball. So that's a no. Your flag, your ball marker, you pick your ball up and now you can clean it if it's dirty, if it has any dust. And I'm sure as you saw, I fixed my pitch mark as well. I made it nice and flat and smooth, which I know you have watched in my previous episode of how to fix your divot and how to fix your pitch marks or your ball marks. So you are well educated on that. So I'm approaching the green. I've fixed my little ball mark there. I've placed my ball marker behind my ball. I'm cleaning my ball and now I'm reading my line. So you have to pretend that there is a straight line from my ball marker going all the way through to the hole. The same case for my partner's ball marker as well. He has a ball marker and his line goes straight to the hole. So etiquette on the green says as soon as your ball lands, you go, you place your ball marker, and then you clean it and you stand behind your ball and read the green. Very common mistake. What people do is if I'm coming behind here to read what's going on, and then I decide to come and walk right through my partner's line. Remember that pretend line that we had here? Look at my feet. I'm walking right through his line. That is not proper golf etiquette. You cannot walk through anyone's line. Now, as you can see, there's no definite line going through, but the line goes like this. Ball marker, flag, imaginary straight line. You will never catch me walking through that person's line. So what I need to do is if I would like to pass, I need to take a big step over their line and keep walking. Or my other option is, don't be lazy, walk around this way or walk around their ball marker. So my second option is not to be lazy. My second option is that you walk around them, come back to your ball marker, take your ball, place it down, pick your ball marker up, place it in your pocket, and then you go right in front of your ball and you breathe, you relax. And because you are aware, I am going first because my ball is the furthest away from the hole. His ball is much closer. So the person furthest away from the hole goes first. So here I go, I breathe, I putt. It's not a very good putt, that's not a problem. I walk behind their line, I bend down again, I place my ball marker, I pick my ball, and I start retracting backwards. Give them their space, go ahead. And then they go and they putt. Something else to be aware of is I will never stand this close to somebody putting. You need to give them space. Let them breathe. You don't need to be that close to them. Second thing is you are not allowed to stand behind them in their line. So you will never catch me or anyone because you're not allowed to stand right behind them. Go ahead as they are putting. So this is technically illegal in golf. You're not allowed doing that. You should stand stand to a corner, either to a corner or give them some space in front of them where you can see them. So even if I'm on the tee box, you're never standing right behind me in my peripheral vision. So I shouldn't be able to see you from the corner of my eye. I rather have the person right in front. So this is just a few little things on the green that are very important. You will have a shadow, a reflection on the ground. That will be your shadow. That shadow should never be in someone's line either. You should want to stay away from their line with your reflection as well. Stand as far as possible so your shadow is never going through their line or to the hole. So these are a few little things that will make you a great golfer to play with. Etiquette is always something that people take pride in, and golfers 100% take pride in etiquette because you want to play with somebody that understands the game and respects etiquette. If you play with people that don't respect it, you might not be invited to come back and play with them. So let's keep that in mind, okay? So nobody wants somebody who doesn't follow the rules in golf, especially when it comes to etiquette. So no standing in someone's line. Make sure your shadow, when it's sunny, is not in their line either. And always using a ball marker to mark your ball, clean it, and then putt. The person furthest from the hole always goes first. And then when COVID ends and you can start taking the flag out, when you can start touching the flag is allowed to stay in the hole when you putt. That was never the case in golf, but now you can leave it in. So what you need to be really, really aware of is you need to communicate with the person you're playing with and say, hey, would you like the flag in or out? And they will say, in, please. Great. You leave it in, you go back to your ball, and there you are. If they say, actually, can you take it out for me? You take the flag out gently and you leave it, you place it down instead of slamming it down. You place it down onto the ground, making no marks on the green. If you've watched my previous video with Shane Hawksworth, who's a superintendent at Mylora, he very clearly states he's seen a lot of people smashing flags on the ground and it ruins the greens. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you click right here, and that one will tell you all about fixing divots, ball marks, and how to make sure you manage the green really, really well. You already know the rules on bunker as you've probably watched my previous video. If you have not, click right here on the 5 rules of golf for the beginners. So you know I am going to have my club grounded out here and then go in. This is more about the etiquette portion of it though. Because of COVID, they no longer have rakes because we don't want any touch points. So how are you going to rake the bunker? So in most bunker shots, you go in, you have been told to wiggle, get comfortable. So what has that done? That has created massive footprints. You have also been told that you need to hit behind your ball, scoop it out. So once you do that, I'm gonna pretend to show you. So once I do that, I create a big divot in the bunker as well. So if I leave, look at the mess I have created. If we had a rake, we would have raked it up, which is proper etiquette, and walked out. We don't. So what do? Because of COVID, you take your shoe, the flat part, and you sweep until it becomes flat. It will not be fun for you as a golfer if the person before you had not done the exact same thing. You don't want your ball to land in a big hole. So be kind, follow your footsteps, and make it nice and flat until you are out. And this is the new way we rake the bunker thanks to COVID. So remember how I showed you how to clean the bunker? Look at the group in front of me who did not sweep their footsteps, and now this is what I would have had to deal with if I was in the bunker, but I'm not. But I will be a good community member and wipe. You want to wipe your footsteps all the way back to have it nice and clean. I know it's difficult. I know it's different because we're not used to it anymore. We don't have a rake, but we do have our feet, and you can be kind to the group in front and behind you. Please let everyone know who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Sure, yeah. So I'm Kyla Inaba. I'm born and bred in Kelowna, British Columbia. Went to school at UBC in Vancouver. And I've been here for 4 seasons, teaching and instructing and coaching, running the Swing Like a Girl program. And prior to that, I did play professional golf for about 6 years, playing in Canada, America, and Australia. So, you know, I feel like I've kind of done a little bit of everything. And certainly now I find a lot of passion in helping golfers rather than before when I was playing golf. It was a lot about me, and results and kind of riding that roller coaster when you do well, when you don't do well.
Yeah.
And now I really find a lot of happiness in helping other people.
So the first thing straight away that goes through my mind that I'm sure a lot of people are wondering is, what? You did 6 years,
Yep.
right? As
Yep.
On tour, and why did you stop, or was it an injury, or were you just over it? Kind of tell us what that. So if there's a competitive golfer out there that's what their
Sure.
drive is, like, tell us your journey through that.
Absolutely. So I went to school at UBC in Vancouver, playing for the Thunderbirds.
Scholarship? Do they
Yep.
give scholarships?
They do. Yeah, it is a Canadian school, so it's not as maybe ginormous as a scholarship that you might get in America,
Right.
but it's also not the huge tuition that you would pay otherwise in America as well, right? So once I graduated from UBC, I wasn't quite ready to hang up the clubs, and I still wanted to play competitively. So I did play until I was 25, and I knew in the back of my head I did want to try to turn pro. So I played some mini tours as an amateur, and I played the Mid-Am. I won the BC Mid-Am when I was 25 and said, okay, I'm ready. Thank you. Yeah, I'm ready to turn pro now. Versus I did when I was doing that amateur stint on the mini tours, let's say in Phoenix. A lot of my friends were fresh out of college, let's turn pro right away. And I just said, you know what? I want to make sure I have the financial backing.
Yeah.
I don't want to rush into it. I saw a lot of my friends kind of run out of money really quick.
Yeah.
So I took it slow, and that would be one of my suggestions for people looking to turn pro out of college is don't rush into it. Make sure you do have kind of the finances or a plan, a game plan, a 5-year plan. And then I would say, go for it. Like, you never want to regret your decision.
Fair.
Of not doing it. So I would say certainly go and try.
Any last thing you want, a message you want to give to women who are just still nervous, haven't picked it up, might think it's boring or whatever the case is, and they're just anxious to even come out because it's just too much? Like, what can we say to them to give them that first step just to come here? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I would say if you haven't tried it at all, I mean, find a driving range. You can, I mean, golf's relatively accessible in the fact that you can probably go to like the Sally Ann or somewhere and find a golf club, right? Is that probably an old heavy golf club? Yeah, but it's something that you can start with.
Yeah.
Or you can borrow a partner, a dad, a mom, a neighbor's clubs, and just have a hit. Like, just try it out. Because when you make that first connection, and it's sweet and it's out of the center, and I would say start with a tee.
Yes.
Please start with a tee. It's addicting because you want to get that sweet shot again, right? So I would say go to a driving range, pay $10, $20, whatever it is for a bucket of balls. It's a great way to kind of spend your afternoon or spend an hour with friends. You can have a beer or a glass of wine while you're doing it, right? And then when you do kind of get that inkling of, oh, maybe this is something that I want to do, sign up for lessons. Like, lessons make it so much easier. If you have a qualified LPGA or PGA of Canada qualified professional to help you, we're able to go, look, just change your ball position, put your club here, put your body here, and all of a sudden you can find the center of the club instead of spending hours and hours hitting the same shot over and over on the range or on the course. You get one lesson and you're a little bit more on your way to finding the center of the club. So that certainly makes it easier. But I would say just in general, like, come and try it. it's not meant to be scary.
That's
It
it.
does have that little bit of like an old man kind of feel at first,
Right.
back in the day,
Yes.
right? The gentleman's club
That's
or
what
whatever
we've
you.
been told, right?
That's what we've
for
been
years,
told,
yes.
certainly. But if you look at, I mean, the ladies that were out there tonight,
Amazing.
there's a lot of lady members all around the province, the world, the country, and just try it, right? And if you can try it with a friend, even better.
Even better.
Even better.
Absolutely.
Right? Because then
Yeah.
you're in it together and you can share your highs and lows, right? And then celebrate it afterwards with a drink or whatever it is,
Yeah.
dinner and whatever, right? So
Social, make it social.
it's very social, absolutely. And if you want it to be competitive, you can make it
Yes.
competitive.
Great point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else you would like to share, or?
I think that's it. I mean, you and I, as instructors and coaches and mentors, I would say, are just really out here to encourage ladies to try it. Anyone, juniors, ladies, men out here to just try the game
Absolutely,
and
yep.
get better and find your joy in at whatever level you're at.
And we will end with everyone's welcome. Not only just one person or a certain type of group, everyone is welcome to come and try the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. This was amazing.
You're welcome.
The women that were out here were amazing. They were having a fantastic time. I
Yeah.
feel like I knew them from like years
Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
and I just met them. So
Yeah.
that just speaks to how you are keeping it all together and working
Yeah.
really hard to bring the women together to have a good time. So thanks for
betcha.
that.
You're welcome.
And thanks for your time.
Thanks for coming over. Thanks for visiting.
Absolutely. As always, if you have any questions at all, leave it in the comments below. In the description, I'll have the link to the Predator Ridge Golf Course and a few little tips of things maybe to bring with you, like bug spray. Make sure to bring your sunscreen. If you have a hat, make sure to wear it. As you can see, I have my sunglasses. See you next week. We're on the 5th hole at Predator Ridge and a cute little deer. There's Bambi right in the forest. How cute. I hope I crush my drive so I don't hit the poor deer.